내게도 이런 일이 다 아무런 준비조차 못한 내게 네가 왜 그런지 모르겠지만 편해서 초면에 별 얘기를 다 얼마나 바보 같아 보였을까 내가 매일 혼자 걷던 그 길도 바람에 흔들거리는 그 다리도 외롭게 보내던.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This was day 2 of our stay here in Seoul, South Korea. Today was May 25, 2026, Monday, and we were having our breakfast at this moment. Very delicious buffet breakfast that opened at 7 a.m. Going back, just had my breakfast. This is our first morning in Seoul and we're going to Nami Island. It's kind of messy, but this is our room here in Hotel Bridge. Yeah, we stayed at Hotel Bridge in Seoul. So, hi! So it's okay. It's nice, it's beautiful. This was our bus. We had this bus all to ourselves. We were 18 tourists, together with the bus driver and our Korean tourist guide. First stop this morning was Nami Island. The bus was very spacious and each of us had all the double seats to ourselves. Our tourist guide was very helpful with all of the information he shared to us about South Korea.
So all the South Korean have to serve as a military.
I like RM's song titled Seoul, and while hearing it for the first time years ago, I was only imagining to listen to it while looking at the tall buildings in South Korea. Imagine my joy when I actually already was doing it, looking at the tall buildings while listening to RM's Seoul, right here in Seoul itself. There were lots of mountains here, so there were also lots of tunnels. Nami Island was located at Chuncheon, Gangwon Province, which was outside of Seoul. And I guess it took us about more or less 2 hours. I slept some minutes during the ride. We were also told that that day, May 25, Monday, was a holiday in Seoul, as a substitute for Buddha's birthday, which actually fell on a Sunday. And we were told to expect a bit of traffic on the possibility of people going out this holiday.
상상도 할 수 없는 일이 생겼어 내게도 이런 일이 다 아무런 준비조차 못한 내게 네가
We have just arrived here in Nami Island.
그런지 모르겠지만 편해서
We had to ride a ferry going to the island itself. So here it is, and it's very beautiful. It's very picturesque.
초면에 별 얘기를 다 얼마나 바보 같아 보였을까 내가 매일 혼자 걷던 그 길도 바람에
Here I am with my fellow School of Business and Governance faculty.
그래 너와 나 All love, one love 이게 사랑인 거야 자꾸만 보고 싶어 나는 fall in love 내게 fall in love 환하게 웃는 네가 좋아 다시 또 fall in love 시간이 가도 너와 지금 이 순간에도 네가 그리워 안고 또 말하고 싶어 My love
I wasn't able to film the Thousand Year Stone, which was very popular in Nami Island, but if you could visit Nami Island, don't forget to film or take a picture with the Thousand Year Stone. I took a picture with the Thousand Year Stone but forgot to film it. I also took a lot of pictures there in Nami Island, and now we're going to have our lunch. I took a video of this building because I thought this was where our lunch would be, but actually we are going to have lunch just beside it. Here it is, we're going to have our lunch here. Their chicken is very tender and very juicy.
One love 이게 사랑인 거야 자꾸만 기다려줘 나는 fall in love 내게 fall in love 환하게 웃는 네가 좋아 아직도 fall in love 시간이 가도 너와
I was with Mom Grace here, who was beside me. She had become my close and partner buddy all throughout the entire trip. As I've mentioned in my previous video, my close friend and colleague was not able to participate in the trip because of a last-minute changes due to health reasons.
너와 너와
You could actually see me loving every bite of the food.
너와 너와 너와
And now we're here at Gangnam. I took a picture but forgot to film the famous Gangnam hand statue. So here we are at the Starfield Library located inside the mall. And now we're about to enter the library. I don't think I could concentrate on being in this library because there are really lots of people and it's inside the mall. But all is really good. There were really tall shelves and it was really such a nice tourist spot. Books were like really stacked from like almost at the ceiling and down to the bottom. And I was wondering, what if I wanted to read some of those books up in the highest shelves? Something felt like tapped me and I turned around and I saw this chocolates of Switzerland Tusher. I also get one. And I thought maybe I should go try. I looked at their chocolates and they were really delectable, and so I bought just like 5. They were on the pricier side, so for like the 5 pieces, I think I've spent 23,200 won or something like that. I honestly didn't know this brand, but when I turn around, I think that it's worth a try. So here it is, and I'm gonna try the 5 pieces I bought. They have names, but I actually forgot to note each of their names though. I was laughing during eating these chocolates because my fellow faculty members were also sharing a lot of funny stuff and funny things, so I was just laughing with them while eating the chocolates. And yes, the chocolates were really delicious, highly recommend. So I kind of filmed what's inside and they were really filled with so much goodness. We also went along Kstar Road. SNSD got me into K-pop since 2009 when I first heard and saw their Genie song. We were not able to go to the end of this Kstar Road, but it was really enjoyable strolling along here. I haven't attended any K-pop concert. I wish I will in the near future, but getting tickets is really hard. They get to be sold out almost instantaneously. I'm a multi-stan, so I really enjoy a lot of K-pop groups and I enjoy listening to a lot of K-pop songs. Can you see the bunny up there? I thought it was cute. I had to film it. We were going now to our next stop. There were really lots and lots of walking while we were here. I was not fully conscious of my decisions back then, But I am thankful that I let God lead me to have a bit of workouts back at home, and some days where I go walking early in the morning for many weeks before going here in South Korea. I think if you're a constant tourist, we are familiar with the walking when we explore new countries as a tourist. We had to visit a lot of tourist spots. And honestly, that's one of the main reasons why we go to these countries. We were now going to Namsan Tower. Private cars were not allowed, so we had to take a public bus. I don't know if this made sense, but riding a public bus in South Korea was also one of the things I would like to try. Maybe this was one of the effects of having watched a lot of K-dramas. And yes, here we were at Namsan Tower. The view was super cool. I totally am so glad I had this chance of being here right now. As I said in my previous video, I was so anxious and wanted to go back home immediately. But little by little, I learned to enjoy every bit of my adventures here. Look at us following our tour guide with a flag. We were like little kindergartens here. And yes, we had to go up and up and up the steep road. If you haven't been here in South Korea and you plan to go, I can suggest that you go have a little bit of exercise to prepare your body for the many walks that you have to do here, including walking up numerous steep roads. Hala, no. This was my face and reaction when I realized what kind of road I had to traverse to reach the tower. But lo and behold, it was such a sight to see. All the walking was worth it. We didn't really go inside Namsan Tower, but I'm going to share with you soon my experience in going to Lotte World Tower. One of my simple bucket list items is to eat churros in a foreign country. And so, when I saw this, I knew that I had to go and buy and experience this. I enjoyed Namsan Tower so much, and we were heading towards dinner by this time. We were going to have dinner by the Han River. I was not able to eat a lot this time because my tummy was so filled by the heavy ice cream and gigantic churros I had in Namsan Tower. They had such a huge screen here. I didn't know if they also used this for private group karaoke. I love Vespa and I love listening to their music. I only once saw Han River in Korean dramas, and I only imagined to be here. There were really a lot of bucket list items that I was able to check whilst being here in South Korea. Again, I never expected that a chance and opportunity would pop out for me to visit South Korea. As I mentioned in my previous video, I was actually hesitant at first, even though it was one of my goals to be here. But something pushed me. Thank you, God. It felt so serene being here by the Han River. I would have loved to stay a little bit longer, but we had to go. We're back from our day 1 strolling. We're back at the hotel. I had to try the facial mask given to us by our tour guide right before going to sleep. Let's have day 3 on my next video. See you!